So, welcome to this game review. We'll have a look at a game in which black played white cleanly. He got a winning advantage and converted, but there was a moment where white could have gotten back in the game. So it started as a fool's mate attempt. This didn't really work out. Black defended correctly, g6 and knight f6. And after c3, bishop g7 and castles, black is already much better because of white's poor piece placement and lack of development, and black is aiming to play d5 quite soon. So after d3, black played d6. Already d5 is possible tactically with the point of playing knight a5, or e4 with the point of playing knight e5, but d6 is also fine. Bishop g5, h6. Here white should have given up the bishop pair to not allow d5 to come, but this is quite a depressing way to play. But after bishop d2 and bishop g4, d5, now black is almost winning because he is opening up the center and white is still undeveloped. So here black even gets the bishop pair as well. Now d3 is a weakness, g2 is a weakness, so black is already winning. After rook g1, white is completely undeveloped. Black's rooks are connected, all of the pieces are active, and now black has to win somehow. So rook a8 is a very nice move, bringing the last piece into the game. And after f3, black takes, and here takes the pawn, going into a winning endgame. But even more precise was to hold off on taking the pawn and play queen b5 with the idea to not exchange queens, because one of black's biggest advantages here is the king safety. This king in the center is very weak, while black's king is very strong. So after queen d3, this position is still winning, but we have to understand that if white gets developed, he will only be a pawn down. So black should have kept up the initiative, and here e4 is a very nice move with the idea to open up the knight, open up the bishop, and also to take this pawn and take the other pawn as well. And this, if black had played this, I think he would have won very quickly. Knight e7 makes sense to reroute the knight somewhere, but as mentioned, this was more forcing, and also it gives the e5 square to the knight. After knight e7, knight e3, black is still winning, but white has developed. Black is a pawn up, but it's not completely trivial yet. And after f6, this disregards white's threat. White did have a threat of playing knight e5, with the point that after b6, this would be a fork, and white even gets a pawn, after which he is not even much worse. So after knight c4, we should have asked ourselves what white's idea is. Clearly it's not knight takes c5 as this is defended, but it is knight a5, so b6 could be played, and black is still winning. After f6, white didn't use his chance, he played b4, and after knight h4, rook f1, now black is again winning, because after b5, this bishop is undefended, the knight cannot move. So after bishop e1, white finds this resource. After knight takes f3, black is now 2 pawns ahead. After rook g3 and h5, this is a bit of a strange move to give up this pawn, but it works as well. Black is completely winning because his structure is a lot better. He is a pawn up, and his rooks are more active. After rook g1, f5, white resigned the game. It is maybe a bit premature, but it is hard to suggest any moves for white. I think still black shouldn't have given up the pawn like this, maybe just play here instead. But either way, black played quite well, and there weren't many mistakes to talk about. Though this knight e7 f6 stuff was probably not the most precise.